Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Proterra, which is an electric battery company that there's recent news of it going public via ACTC. That's the ticker of the company that's taking it public. And I just wanted to review today why I'm bullish on the stock, um, why I think more people should be interested in it. Today is March 4th, and it took a big dip today. ACTC did, that is, because it's pre-merger, and I think now might be a good time to buy. Obviously, I'm not a financial expert. Don't take my advice for it. Do your own research, but this is just a little presentation that I put together for a few of the reasons why I'm bullish on this stock. I've had a long history with this stock. I've known about it for a long time before there was any talk of this company going public, and I've always been a fan of it. I think that electric buses are going to become more and more popular as the US is pushing this green initiative. The states and the cities that push that initiative the hardest are going to have to lead by example, and that means that public transportation is eventually going to have to go green. So Proterra is in the position to provide buses like that. It already has, and it's in a position to do a lot more than that, which we're going to look at. Actually, their plan branches far beyond just making electric commercial vehicles. So let's get into it. So one of the main reasons why I'm bullish, or I guess why I have some confirmation bias um, for this company, is that Chamath Palihapitiya, one of my favorite investors, led the pipe on this company. It's actually his largest green investment that he's made thus far. And those of you that know Chamath know that he's incredibly bullish on green energy, and that's one of his main focuses. So the fact that he's making his biggest bet on this company gives me faith that I can make a rather large bet on this company as well. Um, so that's just a little bit of good news. This is his little write up that he did for the company. You can pause the video and read it if you would like. Basically, just states why he wants to invest in it. You can see right here, this is something that is important. So this is how much they're going to be growing, compounding annual growth revenue, and it's forecasted at 68%. So what that means is over the years, the revenue is going to be increasing quite rapidly, which is very bullish in my opinion, especially under our current administration that's taking a bigger initiative on climate change and things like that. Um, okay, and so here's one of the things that I thought was particularly intriguing about this company is that not only do they make Proterra Transit, which is, the leading North American uh, electric bus manufacturer, but they also are focusing on things like Proterra Powered, which is delivering industry-leading battery systems and electrification solutions. So what that means is they're going to be having large green battery, like the Tesla wall battery, but for commercial um, commercial operations. And then we already talked about Proterra Transit. Proterra Energy is offering, charging and energy management solutions. So that is going to be a huge part of this future, green world that we live in, is charging and energy management. And I like the diversified approach that Proterra is going towards, because there's obviously going to be a lot of competition, and there's industry leaders such as Tesla in electric vehicles, but they're leaving their options open, and they actually predict that these two things, particularly Proterra Energy, are actually gonna have more revenue than Proterra Transit in the future, which I think is an interesting take on the current climate. And it's a narrative that I personally agree with, and that is attractive to my investing strategy. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was just that Proterra closed a $169 million deal in Maryland. It was the largest electric bus deal in the United States. And then the second piece of information on this slide is a quote from the California Air Resources Board. And it's a mandate that by 2035, all new cars and passenger trucks sold in California must be zero emission vehicles. And why these two things are important together, I would say, is because it shows the trajectory that states are going on, and that if by 2035 all new cars and passenger trucks truly are zero emission that are sold in California, that means that the government is going to have to lead by example and have public transit that is green and efficient at that point. And I think Proterra, as you can see with the Maryland deal that they had made, is very well positioned to get a lot of these contracts. They have, I believe, 16 million miles driven on these trucks and commercial vehicles. And, you know, they're the industry leader by far in this particular segment of green transportation and green energy. And I think, the outlook for this company in 5 to 8 years is really, really good. And this is something that I'm planning on keeping in my portfolio and adding to throughout the years. So thank you for listening. Um, See you next time.